Hey guys, I'm Megan, and today I wanted to talk about the effects of stress on our body. Most of us know that stress is something that we experience every single day. Some of us are more stressed than others. But I want to talk about what even is stress, why do I get it, and why is it important? So stress is a physiological process that happens in your body. You can feel stress when you're on your shoulders, when you're, doing something hard at work. But also your body experiences stress at a cellular level. And so what stress is it's a process. I'm sure most of you have heard of the concept of a flight or fight response. And it's kind of the same thing where, say you are in a situation and you're in front of a bear and your body is going to respond because our bodies are designed very well. And your body's going to turn on its flight or fight response, and your pupils are going to dilate. You're going to get an increase of catecholamines in cortisol, in norepinephrine and epinephrine, and everything's going to kind of be on overdrive. You're going to get an adrenaline rush. But this happens all the time on a cellular level. We are constantly putting our bodies through their fight or flight response all the time. When you're stressed at work, your body is in a fight or flight response. Whenever you are exercising, your body is also in a slight fight or flight response. When you are going through a hard time in life, fight or flight response. And it depends on how you regulate your fight or flight response of what the effects of that's going to be. So I have my handy dandy textbook from nursing school, my pathophysiologic textbook, because I wanted to explain to y'all like what it says in textbooks that stress does to your bodies. When you're in a constant state of stress, which stress these days, it's like the more stressed you are, the cooler you are. Oh, I'm so stressed at work right now. You don't even want to, you'd have no idea what I'm going through right now. Like everyone is just, it's like, it's a bragging thing. Like everyone wants to go through as much stress as possible because it's an American culture right now. But the effects of stress on your body. And this whole video is me talking about, I'm going to end this video by talking about ways to manage stress, okay? So cortisol, that is the hormone of stress. Cortisol, when you have too much cortisol, you have inflammatory cytokines, you have inflammatory cells, you have inflammatory processes in your body happening constantly. Inflammation is awful for your body. Chronic inflammation causes, those inflammatory diseases like, arthritis, neurofibromyalgia, a bunch of different things. Chronic back pain, Crohn's, IBS, ulcerative colitis, stuff like that. You have immune suppression, atherosclerosis, which is plaque in your, not necessarily plaque, it's when your blood vessels constrict. You have a decrease in cognitive function. You have depression. Aging increases, diabetes risk increases, Alzheimer's risk increases, and obesity increases. And that came straight out of my textbook in this graph. Here's the textbook. And so those are really traumatic things that none of us want to experience if we are not experiencing right now. Depression, increase in aging, diabetes, and systemic inflammation, Alzheimer's, decrease in cognition, obesity, atherosclerosis, immune suppression. Those are really big things that none of us want to experience. And the number one risk factor for every single disease process is going to be stress. You have a more increased risk for hypertension if you're stressed, increased risk for obesity if you're stressed, metabolic syndrome, stress, cancer, stress. The list goes on and on. Stroke, stress, heart attack, stress. It never ends. Stress is the cause of so many things. So I'm going to talk about the ways that you can decrease your stress. Every single day you need to be doing things that decrease your stress levels. We all have stressful lives, but what's important is how you manage your stress, right? What I like to do yoga. I like to work out. I like to read books. I like to listen to music. I like to do things that make me happy. I love to cook. Those are things that I love doing that decrease my stress levels. And I highly recommend that y'all do one of those things or figure out what you enjoy most. You can color, you can draw, you can go on walks, you can go hiking, you can go on runs, there's a million things that you can do to decrease your stress, and you need to be doing one of those a day. Also, what I use herbal ways of decreasing my stress too. I use them with essential oils, I drink teas, and stuff like that. So there are some herbs that actually decrease your inflammatory response in your body, which is huge. Like chamomile, that tea, like a chamomile tea, that's going to be incredible for stress levels in your body, and inflammation. So I'm going to also talk about the oils that I use to decrease stress. So lavender is the first one I use. Lavender is a calming oil. It calms your body. So it's not a sleep support oil, which it is, but it's really what it is more than sleeping oil it's a stress support oil. It is a calming support oil. This oil is a calming oil. So I love lavender. Frankincense. I could literally marry frankincense. This is the best oil in all of the land. Frankincense is actually going to help with those, responses that your body has from stress on a cellular level. That is what frankincense does. So I highly recommend putting frankincense in your water. I'll put it sublingual and under my tongue, the Vitality one. I will, take the Vitality one in veggie capsules. I'll rub this on my face. I'll do everything with this because this is an overall supporter of those stress responses. Stress Away. This oil does exactly what it says it does. Stress Away is going to help with the psychological effects of stress. So whenever you smell it, it's going to make you feel calm. It's going to have the same effect that lavender has, where it is a calming effect oil. Copaiba. This helps. It's very similar to frankincense in its effects. Therapeutic effects, that it is going to help with those systemic processes in your body that stress causes. So Copaiba is a great one. You can take this internally. It's a vitality oil, so you can put this in a capsule or put it in your water, or literally put it sublingual in your tongue. But Copaiba is great, and all 4 of these oils right here that I just talked to you about come in your starter kit. So that's really incredible that you can get all of those. Peace and Calming Oil, that is going to have the same therapeutic effect as Stress Away and lavender with stress, and it is going to be a calming oil as well. I will rub this one on my temples and on my wrist. Oh, it smells so good. And I'll smell it. These 2 oils, Stress Away and Peace and Calming, people that really need support with anxiety, these 2 oils they keep in their back pocket and they use them when they need them. White Angelica is also another emotion oil, and this will help build confidence in stressful situations. This will protect your feelings whenever you have a stress reaction to conflict, something like that. So White Angelica is really great for that as well, psychological stress. And then what I did is I made a little roller ball called Sunshine to help with feeling stressed, help with studying whenever I'm overwhelmed by what I need to make for grades. I will rub this one right here and then on my forearms and wrists. And then it just lingers throughout the day, and it smells so good. In here I have ylang ylang, lavender, frankincense, and then one other oil. Oh, and Valor. And it smells heavenly. So those are the oils that I use for stress support. And again, I just want to remind y'all the effects of cortisol. Look up the effects of cortisol if you are not familiar. The effects of cortisol for your inflammatory system is going to be huge. You have a systemic inflammation when you have high cortisol hormones, which come from your adrenal glands. And so if you have you regulate your aldosterone hormones too actively, then I suggest get on some type of support where you are not secreting so many adrenal cortisol hormones, like hyperaldosteronism. That's huge. But I hope that this helped your understanding of stress and why it is so important to regulate your stress levels and to not live a stressful life, to do things that you enjoy. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments, and I'd love to answer any questions you have related to stress. Again, I am just a nursing student explaining what I learn in school. So I am not a doctor and I don't diagnose anything, but I am here to support overall health and wellness.